What's up, you guys? My name is Dark Blade, and today we'll be talking about 10 wrestling moves that are used in Olympic wrestling and in WWE, TNA, all that wrestling. Now, I'm using the source of mademan.com, and I'll put a link down in the description where you can find more information, other information about other sports and all that. So, here we go. Now, I'm going to start reading by the introduction. Here we go. The best 10 real wrestling moves are used commonly in professional and amateur wrestling. While professional wrestling is done for entertainment rather than competition, it does have its roots in real wrestling. See how many of these real wrestling moves you can recognize from professional and Greco-Roman wrestling. Now, Greco-Roman wrestling is the Olympic wrestlers, such as, I'm going to give an example from someone who did professional and Greco-Roman. I'm using Kurt Angle. He was a gold medalist in Olympic wrestling for the United States a few years back. Well, really not a few years, I think about a decade ago. But well, not, you know what I mean. He won a gold medal a while ago. Now, let's start with number 1, the suplex. The suplex in professional wrestling is based on the same concept as the original Greco-Roman suplex. A wrestler gets his opponent secured around the upper body and then snaps the opponent's over onto its back. In professional wrestling, the suplex is delivered standing up. In Greco-Roman wrestling, it is usually delivered from the kneeling position. Yes. So basically, and the difference between professional and Greco-Roman, in professional you would do it standing up. So if you see like Brock Lesnar, he would do that German suplex where he throws his opponent across the ring, aka known as the square circle, because it's very related to a wrestling mat where it's a circle, but in professional it's a square. Now in Greco-Roman, what I believe, they'll be on their knees and they'll grab them while in grappling. I believe while the opponent's back is towards them. I think this is like they do it a lot during a certain time. I don't remember when, but they'll be on the knees, grab them, and then just push them, get them down as sort of like a takedown. But yeah. Number 2, we have the bridge. The bridge is extremely common in Greco-Roman wrestling as a pin move, or as a way out of being pinned. To perform a bridge, the wrestler lies on his back and then arches his back as high as he can. The move helps professional and Greco-Roman wrestlers to gain leverage over an opponent that is on top of them, or hold down an opponent that they are trying to pin. Now what this does, this is basically to help score a win. Because if you pin someone in Greco-Roman wrestling, then you automatically win, sort of like how in WWE. If you score a pin, you win, and also you get 6 points. I believe it's like 6 points. But yeah, let's go to number 3. The full Nelson. The full Nelson is applied to the upper body of the wrestler from behind. The wrestler puts his arms under his opponent's arms and then locks his fingers behind the opponent's head. When the opponent is seated, this can become a very effective way to minimize the opponent's ability to move. Now, I'm going to rate the second one and then give the description because this is very similar. Number 4 is the half Nelson. The half Nelson is the full Nelson performed with one arm. It is used in professional and Greco-Roman wrestling as a way to take an opponent off balance and get him to the mat or ring canvas. Now, with the full Nelson and the half Nelson are very similar. In the full Nelson, you use both arms. You'll put your arms under their arms and then wrap around their arms around their neck. So basically, their arms are stretched out, or like just they cannot touch. It's really hard to explain. If I had someone, I would be able to demonstrate this one. I'll probably, if I don't get this video up today, I'll probably try to get a clip with someone where I can demonstrate it, because I'll probably demonstrate a lot of these moves if I can, and I'll do it with one of my friends that would be willing to do this. But yeah, and just the difference between the half Nelson and the full Nelson. Half Nelson, you're just using one arm. Now, number 5 is probably one of my favorite submission moves of all time used in professional wrestling. The figure 4 leg lock. In Greco-Roman wrestling, it can be extremely difficult to apply a figure 4 leg lock because of the match is not choreographed as it is in professional wrestling, and the opponent can often block its application. But when it's in place in professional or Greco-Roman wrestling, it is used as a submission hold. Now, basically, the figure 4 leg lock. If you guys know who Ric Flair is, probably he's way over some people's time. I mean, way past a lot of people's time, like especially with the people who like care for John Cena so much. It is a submission that will where you're basically doing a you're basically putting a lot of pressure on someone's legs, and it can help. Like it will cause a lot of pain. I've been put in this submission before, as I do wrestle from time to time with some people. I haven't for a long time because I would do it sometimes on a trampoline, and they tell you not to do that, but I am crazy sometimes. But let's keep on. Number 6, the scissor hold. The scissor hold is done when a wrestler wraps his leg around his opponent and squeezes until the opponent submits. This is one of the most common real wrestling moves used by professional and Greco-Roman wrestlers. It can be countered by turning the wrestlers, applying the scissor onto his stomach. Now, you can basically do this I think you could do this on both the stomach and on the neck as a way to like a chokehold, kind of like a chokehold. But yeah. Next, number 7, very similar to the figure 4 leg lock, but it's called the sharpshooter. Sharpshooter name is given to a professional wrestling version of its real wrestling move that is used in Greco-Roman wrestling as well. The wrestler gets his opponent on the stomach, places his feet under each arm, lifts each arm up past its knees, and then applies pressure on the opponent's back. Wait. What? Okay. I thought this was something else. I thought this was like Bret the Hitman's sharpshooter. Because what this is, what they're saying, if you've ever seen Russo's Accolade, this is what I believe they're talking about. Right, feet under each arm, lifts each arm past the knee. Oh yeah, this is similar to Accolade, where you will basically be having a lot of pressure. You will have a lot of pressure on their back while you're because you're bending them. Because you're bending their, taking all the oxygen out of their lungs. Because it's not that hard of a move to get out of. You just have to be really smart about it. Now, number 8, the leg sweep. This is a simple yet effective real wrestling move. It is more that professional must master before they're allowed to join a pro wrestling ranks. When two wrestlers are locked up in a standing position, one reaches over with his legs and sweeps the opponent's legs out from under him. This is basically when whenever they're locked up, a wrestler will grab they'll use their leg and basically trip the opponent. Now, number 9, the headlock. A headlock is very painful and common wrestling move. A wrestler wraps his arms around the top of the opponent's head and applies pressure. If the headlock is moved to the neck area, then it becomes an illegal choke hold and must be released. Okay, so now I believe the scissor cannot be done on the neck. So basically, I believe this is basic. where basically you're squeezing the opponent's skull, causing a lot of pressure and pain. But I don't really know how to demonstrate that exactly. But I'll have to look. I'll probably look it up how to do it. I'll probably make another video of all these moves and being performed. But if I get to that, that'll be that might be an option. But now let's go to number 10. The ankle lock. An ankle lock is a submission used in professional and Greco-Roman wrestling. The wrestler grabs the opponent's ankle and then twists it until the opponent feels the pain. The percent ankle lock can easily break the opponent's ankle. Now, this is, if you've ever seen Kurt Angle, he does this move very efficiently. And Jack Swagger also does it also, where they'll take the ankle and just bend it. Doesn't matter what direction, it's still gonna hurt either way. And it is very, 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 very freaking painful. Because I've had a few of these submissions done to me. I've had a few of the moves happen to me. They are not good. They do not feel good. And this is without any matting or any of that. This is just, like, I was a walk onto a trampoline and we had a wrestling match. It is not fun. Now, I would use it because I'm very effective with it. But, yeah. So that's basically it. 10 wrestling moves that are used in both professional and Greco-Roman wrestling. I want to thank Mr. Churchill for giving me this idea, for suggesting this. And if anyone wants to give me a topic that is reasonable, that they want me to make a video on, please feel free to notify me in the comments or in person, and I will be the deciding factor if I'm going to make a video about it. Now, some of these I do make videos on my own, but I like finding viewers' requests. I'm not going to do them like every video. I'm going to do some. And it's really good and efficient way to see what people like. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys leave a comment. This is Jacob Darkblade, your YouTube heavyweight champion of the world. And I'm signing off. Peace out.